At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. It's Coffee with Krueger, 7 a.m. weekday morning. So glad you could join us this morning. So the big question over the last week or so is, when are we going to see our last triple-digit temperature for the year? I think people are ready. I think they're done with summer. They're ready for fall. I mean, it's October. We're ready for some cooler temperatures. It's on the way. I think yesterday will most likely have been the last day everyone in the valley will have seen 100 degrees. However, I mean, the thing is, we're going to be borderline today, maybe even going into the parts of the weekend too. So we're not 100% out of the woods just yet, but I would say I'm fairly confident that everyone, including the north end of the valley, like Redding and Red Bluff, Cottonwood, Anderson, all of it, most likely staying below 100 degrees for the rest of the year. But then, of course, the next question after that is, when are we done with the 90s? We've still got some 90s and a lot of 90s in there. In fact, it's still going to be very hot for the rest of this week, this weekend, and even into early next week. But there could be some bigger changes by the end of next week. So it looks like we do have a little bit more to look forward to here as far as those temperatures are concerned. Definitely going to be a lot better out there. All right, tell you what, let's get ourselves out to your Krueger's Quickcast, starting with your Thursday, October 3rd. All right, temperatures right now are in the upper 50s for places like Redding, a little bit warmer in Corning at 68, 63 degrees for Chico, Oroville about 63 degrees as well, 44 degrees in Quincy, and there you can see right now we're looking at temperature at 44 in Susanville, El Terrace about 36, and temperatures in the upper 40s along the coast. All right, let's go and take a look at what we've got with your visibility, and you can see it is dropping a little bit, especially places like Crescent City, Eureka, about 5-mile visibility. We take a look at the Elk Country just north of Trinidad camera there, and it looks like we are seeing some of the little bit of haze and a little bit of fog out there as well. Let's see what it looks like right now in Crescent City, and it looks like there is a little bit of fog out there as well. It's very light. So it is reducing that visibility a little bit out there this morning, but overall, it shouldn't be too bad out there. This is going to very quickly burn off. You're going to be looking at mainly clear skies here, taking you through the morning hours and, of course, this afternoon as well. Let's take it back to the Elk Country cam here so we can kind of get ourselves ready to take a look at those visibilities one more time. And yes, the visibility is going to be increasing here in the next hour or so, very quickly, as a matter of fact. Let's get you out the door this morning, and we're going to be looking at those temperatures. Looks like in the mid-60s for the valley, mid-40s for the coast, so a little chilly to start there. Mid-40s for Modoc County as well. Otherwise, low 50s for most of the higher elevations out there this morning. Taking a look at your forecast for today, we're talking mid to upper 90s. So this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Could yesterday have been the last day we've seen 100 degrees? Well, when I'm forecasting a high of 98, it's not out of the question to maybe get up to 99, maybe even 100. But I've been pretty spot on the last few days with 102 degrees for the daytime high. So I want to believe I'll be spot on with that temperature again for today. But we're kind of getting off the back end of this heat wave. So, you know, there might be some lingering heat, if you will. But overall, I think we should stay below 100 degrees today. For the valley, right, obviously. And then, of course, in the 80s for most of the higher elevations, although in Trinity County, inland, it's still pretty hot there, mid to upper 90s, and we're talking mid-60s for the coast. Taking a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley, I mean, yeah, okay, we're below 100 degrees, but it's still hot. The normal high is about 86, 87 for this time of the year, so we're still at least 10 degrees above normal. And that'll be the case through Monday, even into Tuesday. It's not until Wednesday, the middle to latter part of next week, that we'll probably start to see some more noticeable drops in our temperatures. And it's not just the valley, but it'll be everywhere else too. Mid-60s for the coast, at least through the weekend, that is. Low 60s by Monday through Wednesday. For inland in Trinity County, we're also going to see some more noticeable drops in our temperatures as we get into the middle of next week. That's also the case for Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and of course the eastern mountains, where temperatures for Mount Shasta and Alturas in particular are going to be mid to upper 70s, even some low 80s by Tuesday, Wednesday. And for Susanville, you're talking temperatures in the low 80s by next Tuesday and Wednesday. So we do have some cooler weather in store for us. Let's take a look at your high temperatures that we saw out there yesterday. And again, look at this. One last time, possibly, when we look at the high temperatures for the day, it'll be the last time we see 100 degrees or higher in the valley. Chico, the last 2 days, has been 99, so not quite 100, but Redding, Red Bluff, Corning, Oroville, all over 100 degrees. 95 in Susanville yesterday, 85 for Alturas. I'm not really believing that number for Bernie, by the way. I think it was warmer than that. 96 degrees for Weaverville and Hayfork, 80s at least in Bernie. 84 for Mount Shasta City, 89 for Wairika, and low 60s was the high yesterday for the coast. So let's take a look at some fun numbers. Now this is what I've been showing you the last couple of weeks. But as we inch closer to the middle of October, our chances of seeing 100 degrees or higher really begin to slim down. So the record, the latest that Redding has seen 100 degrees or higher was October 14th in 1991 and 2022. Could we break that this year? Probably not. I don't see it happening anytime soon. In fact, like I said, most likely yesterday was the last day we've seen 100 degrees or higher. So let's tally up how many days we've seen 100 degrees this year so far in Redding. 67 degrees. That's 5 degrees shy of the record set in 2017. So yeah, these summers are getting hotter and hotter. Now check this out too. This is interesting. So at face value, you look at this and go, oh, we were nowhere near the record in 2005 or 1978. However, if you take a closer look, and this is something I noticed during this streak. So from 628 to 7, actually let's see here. Those numbers, those dates are a little off. But I will say this, and now let me see if I have it up. I should have it up. Man, I'm bummed out. That's terrible. I got to change that. I can't believe I did that. Oh shoot. All right, anyway, I got to double check those dates for 2024 for 628 to 716. But here's what I noticed, is that on 719, we broke the streak of 100 plus degree temperatures with a high of 99 degrees. There were 9 more days after the 19th that was 100 degrees or higher. That would have created a new record of 29 days. Crazy, right? That would have broken the record in 1978. So kind of interesting. And again, I got to go back and check that. Let me see if I can find that here real quickly. I might be able to get that here behind the scenes here a little bit here, because man, it's just like, come on. I try to fact check everything, and then sometimes it's like, you know, you miss something, like something kind of gets by you. All right, let's see if we can do this here. Oh shoot. All right, daily threshold search. There we go. All right. I'm just going to do this year, 2024. Hold on. There we go. We're going to do max temperature greater than or equal to 100 degrees. Runs, yes, it's the run of threshold, at least, 15 days. All right, so we're processing that data. We're going to get into that. Now, let's take a look at 110 degrees. Number of 110 degree days, only shy of the record in 1988 by 2 days. 2017 only shy by 1 day. That's not what I wanted to do here. Product description, monthly counts, chronological. There we go, chronological list of dates. There we go. All right, so you can see it was pretty hot. We saw 110 degrees or higher 13 times this year. We look at the consecutive number of days that we've seen 110 degrees or higher. It actually ties the record. This year we saw 6 days from July 3rd to July 8th, 6 consecutive straight days. We also saw that in 1978 and in 1988. All right, so let me take a look at this. I'm going to go back because now I'm looking at the data here. Let's go back to this. I'm going to take a look at not the number of days. Come on. Get your act together, Mike. What's going on with you this morning? All right. 628 to 7:16. 16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7:16. 7 What? 719. Okay, there we go. What? Oh, for goodness sake. What? Oh. Okay, forget this map. I don't know what. Yay. So, 100 plus degree days. 628. Okay, 629. 30. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no, hold on. Okay, 16. Okay, on the 17th. Oh, it was on the 17th. Because then we saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay, so it was. Okay, that's where I was wrong. It's 717, not 719. Man, oh man. Okay, there you go. So 717, we broke the streak with a high of 99. And then 9 more days after that, it was 100 plus. So again, still would have been 29 days. I just have the date wrong on the 719. That's why I was like, something wasn't going properly there. All right. Well, that was fun. I was trying to, show some dramatic numbers here, and I messed it all up by just kind of getting one stupid date wrong. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's get you back. All right, that was fun. So yeah, let's go back to 110 plus degree days, because again, I was sidetracked. 13 days, just 1 degree shy of 2 degrees shy of the record set in 1988. And again, consecutive number of days of 110 plus, we actually tied the record in 1978, and then 10 years later, 1988. So yeah, I mean, definitely a hot summer. This is also the summer where we officially, and again, I want to stress the word officially, broke the all-time high in Reading of 118 with a high of 119 degrees this summer. So yeah, definitely a hot summer. There's no doubt about that, and I think people are ready for it to cool off a bit. Still have a fire weather alert here. This was actually issued yesterday. It will be in effect through the day on Friday. This is something I touched on yesterday with the winds picking up and the low humidity for Modoc and Eastern Mountains. So we look at the fire potential. The areas in orange for tomorrow, that's where we expect to see some of the strongest winds. All right, so there are the winds this morning, a little gusty down south into Willows. Later this afternoon, I do anticipate that we'll see the winds pick up on the east side of the valley from the south. This will elevate the fire weather risk. Also, we've got high fire danger in the eastern mountains as well due to those gusty winds. So you can see the humidity levels are low, single digits for the valley. No big surprises there. Lower teens, though, in the eastern mountains. So your fire weather risk for today, yeah, there it is. See, east of I-5, east part of the valley, we're in the high to very high range. That's where we're seeing the strongest winds and the low humidity. No big surprises there, still pretty hot. Let's take a look at Lake Oroville, and you can see just a beautiful sunrise going on over there. We got Lake Oroville North Forebay. Beautiful sunrise there as well, looking at the calm winds, and the lake is looking like glass again this morning. Take a look at Main Street Chico on Highway 90. Main Street Chico. Highway 32. That's what it is, Highway 32. Like what? Okay, and then you got Highway 99 at Neal Road. Traffic is flowing smoothly there. Again, beautiful little sunrise coming up over there, even though we don't have any clouds. This is Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive. Traffic is flowing smoothly there. And today is Thursday. We've got our NorCal Ag Report, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. You know, one of the great things about the Saturday market in Reading is that they support, and really the markets in Reading in general, support the EBT program. So we're going to learn more about the Saturday market and the EBT program and how it can benefit a lot of people.
Welcome everyone, I'm Sadie Krueger with Weather NorCal, and this is your weekly Ag Report brought to you by Lassen Canyon Nursery. I'm here with Joshua at the Saturday Farmers Market, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about an EBT program. But first of all, can you tell us a little bit about the Saturday market and the hours and how many vendors are here?
Yeah, so the Saturday market is our largest market. We have several others, but this is kind of our flagship. The hours for the Saturday market run from 7:30 to noon every Saturday behind City Hall. That's 777 Cypress Avenue, if you didn't know. Anyway, being our biggest market, we have anywhere between 35 to 43 vendors here every Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great market. I love this market. And something I noticed at the booth is that there's these tokens, these EBT tokens. So I was wanting to learn a little bit more about that. Can you share?
Yeah, so the SGA has partnered with the state. We really want to promote healthy eating and healthy lifestyles for everybody. So they've taken it upon themselves to set up an EBT program that can be used with all of our fruits and vegetable vendors. Even stuff like breads and tamales, anything frozen, you can use EBT even on that. So what people do is they will bring me their EBT card. They tell me how many tokens they want. I run their card for that many. They get the tokens, and then they go around and they spend their tokens at all of the different vendors that we have here.
Nice. Occasionally I've seen kids with tokens.
Yeah.
Is that a thing here?
Yeah, the kids tokens, that comes from the farm club. Okay, so the farm club comes a couple times a year, usually around June or July, and they give kids little $2 tokens. They get a couple, and then that helps promote healthy eating for the kids. They answer a lot of questions for the kids about the different fruits and vegetables, and all of our vendors are really, really good about giving those kids that information as well. It's really fantastic. And then we also have WIC that comes out as well. Not on a consistent basis, but they're out once or twice a year as well.
Nice. So with the WIC, usually they'll incentivize it, right? It's a 2-for-1. Is that when the WIC comes out? Do they?
So I don't have a whole lot of information on WIC. They do their own thing. They have their own setup all the way down at the end, and they do what they need to do. Yeah.
Okay. So don't confuse the two. So you can always come down here and use your EBT card.
Yes.
And you can scan it for whatever dollar amount you want,
Yes.
and then you'll get a bag of tokens that you can use at all the locations. And then periodically, it sounds like there's WIC, they'll come and they do another program. So if you don't see the WIC, you can still come here and you could still use your tokens. It's a great way to eat local. A lot of people think it's expensive, so here's a great way to offset that cost. Anything else that you can share about this market that, or the EBT program?
Just that I'm a big believer in the program itself. I mean, we have a lot of people who don't even realize that we have EBT available here, and when they find out, they go, "Oh, this is great," because most of the produce here, people aren't using sprays. They're not, they're really, really careful about how they grow their produce, and you just never know what you're going to get at some of the grocery stores, right? Mm-hmm. So. I'm a big believer in it, and so when they find out, they get really excited, and then they become market regulars. Mm-hmm. As far as this market, I don't know. We have live music. It's always different every week. We have Chef of the Market once a month. We're looking at building some other programs, but right now, this is what you see is what you get, and everyone really loves it here.
Well, I think it's a great way to support your local agriculture, your local farmers, and to use your dollars wisely. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining us for this week's Ag Report, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery.
All right, I want to thank my wife, Sadie, for giving that report here. And yeah, very interesting with the EBT program that they have there, and just a great opportunity for people, low income, obviously, that can get some great fresh produce at an affordable rate. So it's awesome. And of course, it's just, if you haven't been to the Saturday market, it is phenomenal. Of course, last week, or 2 weeks ago, we showed you some of the other and let you know where some of the others. So all you have to do, if you want to check out where those others are, I'll tell you what, this is what we're going to do here. First of all, we're going to remind you that NorCal Ag Report is sponsored by Lassen County Nursery, so I want to thank them for their support of that. We're going to take a look at where, it's going to go to weather.com, norcalweather.com, and we're going to go into the Ag Report here. So you see where it says Ag Report. There you can see our sponsor right there. You can learn more about them. And then you click here. See, it says click here to watch NorCal Ag Report. So you'll see there's the one that we just watched 2 weeks ago. You see this one. So if you watch this one, what it will do is it will tell you about the one that's at the Sundial Bridge. That's on Sunday. And then we'll also learn about other markets. I know there's one in Bernie, and there's another one that is in the Anderson area as well. So be sure to check that out. It's worth checking out. A lot of great ag, a lot of great markets, kind of in the Shasta County area in particular. So very interesting. So again, NorCal Ag Report sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. All right, let's keep checking with some of you. We got Lisa Stevens saying, great job, Sadie. Well, I'm sure she'll appreciate that. She does a great job. She loves agriculture and kind of the, what is it, farm to fork, right? She loves that stuff. We got Delinda Lynch saying good morning from MacArthur. Good morning from Debbie. We got Curtis Brown saying good morning, everyone, from a beautiful morning. Yeah, it's cooling off in the mornings. It's getting that time of the year. And we got Lisa Stevens, the first as usual, to check in saying good morning to everybody. Well, tell you what, let's get you right to the deeper dive forecast. Of course, as you know, it is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. I thank Wind River for their support. All right, let's take a look at those current temperatures out there right now. And yeah, I mean, it's cooler in the mornings, right? We're talking 59 degrees for Redding, 63 degrees for Red Bluff. There you can see about 63 degrees for Warrenville, 36 for Alturas, 44 Susanville and Quincy. Chester about 39. One of the cooler spots is in Bernie, with a temperature of about 41 degrees, 47 that is, out towards Crescent City and Eureka, 51 in Hoopa. All right, so here's your headlines. With the triple digits this year in the Valley, it's a very good possibility. And I can't say with 100% confidence just yet, because when I'm forecasting highs of 98 for today, I tell you what, that's enough where you say, 2 degrees, there's that chance. There's that slim chance to keep it up to 100 degrees for places like Redding. But for the most part, I think we are done. I really do think we're done with it for the rest of the year. Okay? Temperatures are dropping, but still above average, with highs closer to normal near the middle of the week. By the end of next week, potential for some bigger changes. Drops in temperatures, maybe some rain too. So here are the high temperatures from yesterday. This could be the last time we see the high temperatures for the day with triple digits in them for at least this year. 100 degrees for Redding, Red Bluff, Corning, 99 in Chico, just dodging that triple digit mark again. I don't think that's right. We should probably be more in the 80s for Bernie for that high. 91 degrees for Chester, as well as Quincy, 95 in Susanville, 85 for Alturas, 84 for Mount Shasta City, and mid-90s for those daytime highs out in Trinity County, low 60s for the coast. Now again, yesterday, you may have seen on social media, I posted on Facebook the fire weather watch for Modoc and eastern Lassen County. This is something I touched on yesterday too, that on Friday the winds were picking up, still hot, still dry, and we're going to have that elevated fire weather risk. As a result, the National Weather Service has issued a fire weather watch for Friday due to gusty winds and low humidity. But of course, we also have to, you can't forget about the fact that it's still going to be above normal for those daytime highs. There you can see the areas in orange for Friday is indicating where we have the highest potential for gusty winds, hence the high fire danger. So the winds right now, not a big deal, right? But by this afternoon, I'm expecting east of I-5 in the eastern side of the valley, even to the just making its way to the foothills, some gusty south winds. Nothing terrible. We're not talking 30, 40 miles an hour. We're talking 20, 25. Also a bit breezy, gusty for the eastern mountains. Now, let's take it to Friday, because now we're not so concerned about the winds in the valley, but now it's off to the east. Remember, we were just talking about the fire weather watch for Friday. This is why. You see those winds? We're getting in the light shades of green and yellow. That's over 30 miles an hour gusts. That's the case even Friday afternoon. Then we go into Saturday, and what we're seeing here, winds a little gusty in some spots here, but not as bad overall, and still not that bad in the valley. So let's now talk about the humidity. Yeah, no big surprise, right? Single digits for the valley. What we're going to notice here as we go into the next few days, we're seeing just a slight uptick day by day in the humidity levels. That being said, it's still going to be very dry. So we're going from lower teens today to the upper teens over the next couple of days in the eastern mountains. But again, that's still dry, and that's why we still have that elevated fire weather risk. So let's take a look at that. This is combining the heat, this is combining the winds and the humidity as well. So remember I was saying the winds will be strongest east of I-5 in the eastern side of the valley. There it is. That's where we have the highest fire danger. And of course, a little breezy to the east, so we've got the elevated fire weather risk there as well. Not to mention out towards central Siskiyou County as well. All right, so here's Friday, 3 p.m. Not so bad in the valley, right? The winds have died down, but still, we're even seeing some oranges in there in the eastern mountains. So this is, of course, that elevated fire weather risk, why we have the fire weather watch. Then on Saturday, really not really concerned about that fire weather risk because the winds are dying down. Temperatures are still warm, but humidity levels going up just a little bit. Now, take a look at the satellite image. A couple of things I'll point out. Number one is the ridge of high pressure that's still in place. Storm systems, cold storm systems, riding to our north, preventing the heat over the desert southwest from really building in stronger. But another thing I want you to focus your eyes on. What are these right here? Look at these clouds. See how they're developing? This is some subtropical moisture that is getting caught up in the flow around the area of high pressure. So what's happening is this is going to be working its way up and then into parts of Northern California. Not everybody. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at Futurecast. Now, forecast models, this particular forecast model is backing off on how far north the clouds go. But we'll get into that here in just a second. Of course, today you've got the sunny skies, even for the coast. Tomorrow morning, a little bit of fog trying to develop for the coast, but should be a clear start to the day for the coast. But look at this. By 9 a.m. Friday, we're beginning to see some clouds move in. You see a little bit of green there too. It's trying to spit out a few showers. But the thing is, even if those showers should develop, it's so dry at the surface that most likely that would evaporate long before it even reaches the ground. But still mainly sunny skies for tomorrow morning. Now tomorrow afternoon, it does work its way north. We got partly cloudy skies for Chico, Oroville, Willows, not so much to the north of that. But I'm still keeping maybe some of those clouds making their way up to places like Redding and Red Bluff and maybe even Hayfork, Bernie, and even into parts of Lassen County as well. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more aggressive with these clouds here when we're looking at that forecast. But that is gone. See how we have that fog trying to make its way back parts of Saturday morning. But we actually may see some more of that moisture work its way in to the south again, maybe some showers off to our east. But bottom line, it's dry and it's still going to be very warm. It's just going to be, you'll notice a few more clouds out there, especially to the south over the next couple of days. So there it is. There's that little batch of moisture. You see it's working its way up into Northern California. Thanks to that flow around the area of high pressure, it's that subtropical moisture moving in Friday, and then possibly even parts of Saturday, but it doesn't look to be as aggressive on Saturday. Check this out. All week long, we've been in this category right here, drier than normal. What's this? Wetter than normal in the long range. Now, keep in mind, the darker the green, the better the chances of seeing above normal rainfall, right? As you get into the lighter shade of green, a slimmer chance. So we're just within that category. Am I anticipating a lot of rain at this point? No. Am I 100% confident it will rain in the long range? No. We'll get into that here in a second. But let's take a look at this ridge of high pressure that's coming in right here. So you can see the warmer air associated with the ridge of high pressure. This is remnants of the ridge of high pressure that's been impacting over the last few days. It's pretty much dying out. It's going to be saying goodbye for a while. We got this moving overhead or to our north on Friday. That'll keep our temperatures down a bit. That moves out. High pressure will actually, you see we're starting to see a little bit of arc with that ridge of high pressure. Weak, but so we'll see a drop in our temperatures a little bit on Friday, maybe going back up again a little bit for Saturday, Sunday. But this right here is what I got my eyes on. Look at this deep, cold area of low pressure. This, Monday through Friday of next week, is going to slowly migrate in our direction and dig more and more to the south. That's important to note. The farther this digs to the south, the better the chances it's going to move over us. So, by the end of next week, we're starting to see this push the warmer air even more to our east. So what we'll start to see happen is by around Thursday, Friday, we're down to the 80s and we're seeing much cooler temperatures. Now we're also noticing, see how tightly packed these white lines are? They're called isobars. When they're that tightly packed, we could be looking at some strong south-southwesterly winds as well. That's something we'll monitor as we kind of get towards the end of next week. But cooler air. And this could potentially bring us some rain as this pushes eastward, especially now it's looking like the timing would be a week from this coming Saturday. So when you're talking a week from this coming Saturday, that's a long ways out. That's a lot can happen. So this is all developing. This is something I'm watching very closely. This is not guaranteed, but this is a trend that I'm getting a little bit more confident in at the very least cooler temperatures. But as far as rain is concerned, I'm still not 100% confident. Over the last 2-3 days, long-range forecast models have been putting the rain in, taking it out, putting the rain in, taking it out, putting it back in. And this morning they're back in, but again, no guarantees on that. So warmer than normal, yeah. But as we look at the trend for the next 10 days, look at this. So today, below 100, that's the good news, right? But the bad news is Friday through the weekend, even into early next week, we're still at least in the mid-90s and still about 10 degrees above normal, give or take, at least through next Tuesday. But then temperatures start to drop. So normal high is 86. We could drop below that by Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So could we see some low to mid 80s by Thursday, Friday into the next Saturday? Possibly, sure. Rain, not as confident with that, but I'm more confident in those lower temperatures. So that is looking good, right? And like I said, maybe that'll be it for the rest of the year with 100 degrees. But probably not it for 90s. We'll see. All right, so there you can see right here. What happened? My tie got underneath my... Oh, there we go. Okay. Pardon. Oh, that's why. The little magnet. Okay, anyway. Here we are today, 6 p.m. So what's happening is the wave heights are actually dropping, and then they're dropping even more into your Friday. So there still actually is a small craft advisory in effect until about noon today, with your winds from the northwest at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the north at 7 feet at 9 seconds, and from the west at about 7 feet at about 13 seconds. All right, here's what it's looked like for today. These temperatures, as you can see, for Trinity County, they're going down and then back up again, back down and down even more by the middle of next week. But today, all right, yeah, they're going down a little bit here, but it's hot. Mid to upper 90s along Highway 99, Highway 299, that is. 96 for Coffee Creek, 95 in Trinity Center, Lewiston about 93. To the south, 92 degrees for Wildwood, 90 in Mad River, and there's High Pond with about 94 degrees. Now, for the southern portions of Humboldt County, 96 Redway, 93 Garberville, it's still hot. Yes, temperatures are dropping, but it's still hot. Temperatures are going back down and then back up again a little bit here, and then low 80s by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Ferndale, 79, or excuse me, 69. 74 degrees in Fortuna, 77 Hydesville. And there's Rio Dell with a high of about 79 degrees. Taking up north, 76 Trinidad, 69 McKinleyville, Arcata, 67. Blue Lake, about 76 degrees. And Hoopa, Willow Creek, yeah, upper 90s. It's going to be hot again. 95 degrees out in Orleans, 86 for Gas Key. There's Klamath with a high of 73. And Oric, about 75 degrees. Siskiyou County, neighborhood forecast. Highway 96 corridor, mid-90s, give or take. Upper 80s, low 90s for the I-5 corridor there. You can see about 90 for Hornbrook, 88 degrees for Gazelle. Scott Valley, upper 80s, 89 for Fort Jones, all the way down to Callahan. Dropping, though, back up again, mid-80s for Saturday, Sunday, 70s by next Wednesday. Central, eastern Siskiyou County, low 80s up to the north and east, 86 for Weed, 87 for McLeod. These temperatures will be in the low 80s all the way through next Tuesday, and then Wednesday about 76 degrees. Let's take off to Modoc County, and there you can see about 83 for Newell, 86 for Canby, El Tourist about 87, the warmer spot in Likely with a high of 88. Temperatures dropping, basically low 80s all the way through Tuesday, upper 70s by next Wednesday. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, 89 Montgomery Creek, Paynes Creek, 92, 84 for Beaver. Now for Bernie, I've got upper 80s today. We see a dip on Friday, back up Saturday, mid-80s for the weekend. Low 80s Monday, Tuesday, upper 70s by next Wednesday. All right, let's take you out to Lake Almanor, Lassen Park. We've got 80 degrees for a high in Manzanita Lake. South Entrance about 73. Chester, 88 degrees. And there you can see Canyon Dam about 85. All right, here's a look at your Eastern Mountains to the south. Paradise, 91 degrees. Back down to upper 80s Friday. Back up to 90, back down. So a little mini roller coaster ride, especially for some of these higher elevations. But bottom line, much cooler as we go into next week. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Of course, these temperatures should stay below 100 degrees. That's what it's looking like at this point. But again, we're getting borderline. Some of these hotter locations like Red Bluff at 98. Could you get up to 99? Sure. Redding, Anderson, Palo Cedro, could you get up to 99? Not out of the question. Maybe a slim chance for just briefly touching 100. We'll see. 94 degrees for Lakehead, 94 degrees for Whiskeytown. And there you can see those temperatures dropping a little bit Friday, back up, back down, staying down. Upper 80s by next Wednesday. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. And yeah, down on Friday, back up, mid to upper 70s basic. Excuse me, wouldn't that be nice? Mid to upper 90s, that is, through Tuesday. And then we'll see a nice little dip in our temperatures going into your Wednesday of next week. Still dry in the forecast for the next 7 days or so. So yeah, be ready for that. I mean, it's still hot, right? I mean, but at least we're getting past that psychological point of 100 degrees or higher. We can at least be grateful for that. Send. Did I say the cold air could weaken? Did I say the cold air could weaken? I can't imagine I said that. Maybe maybe I thought I said something else, and then maybe I was going to say that the ridge may weaken. I'm not sure, but I'm sure I didn't mean that, Chris. But yeah, good catch there. I don't know. Yeah, I can't imagine saying that consciously. The sound is back. Was the sound gone? All right, let me see here. First of all, while I was gone, the audio should be going. Yeah, it's showing that I got here. We got Debbie saying, your wife is a great addition to NorCal. She's doing a great job. Yeah, well, I'll be sure to tell her you said so. She'll be happy to hear that. Oh my goodness, you're right. Oh my gosh. Oh. What? How? Wow. That should not be running. I don't know why it's running, folks, but I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. During that whole report, the ag report was running. Oh. All right, so why? That's my question, because it shouldn't be. Well, let me just go in here. Well, here's my suggestion to you folks. Oh my gosh, that is so frustrating. I can't believe that's, why is that happening? That is weird. Bring it down now. I brought it down. Is it down? Is it gone? It should be gone. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, folks. I am so sorry. This has not been a great day. I had some facts mixed up. You know what? I gotta go. It's just gonna be, we got to call it quits, folks, because it's just been terrible. Not every day is perfect, folks. Not every day is perfect. We try to do our best. One-man band. I do the best that I can. And I know I can do it, but I can't explain what happened there. And the thing is, I can't hear anything. That's the problem. So if I could hear you, here's what would happen. See what would happen? You get feedback. So in order for me to hear what's going on, I can't do it through speakers because you're getting feedback right now, right? So you can't do that. I can't do that. So if I do this, NorCal Ag's not going. Is NorCal Ag gone? I know, chill. I just get frustrated. I'm a perfectionist, so when things go wrong, it just doesn't work. All right. It was Gremlins. When you put the ag report back up, as an example, is when it started. Okay, so let me try again. But how come I'm not hearing it? That's weird. Well, here's what I'm going to do. This will definitely take rid of the problem. This will definitely take care of the problem. I am going to... Now it's completely gone. It stopped halfway through your weather report. Well, that's interesting. Why would it have stopped halfway through? I don't know. Here's what I want you to do, folks. Here's what I want you to do. If you missed the forecast, don't come back to this one because it's just a complete mess. Here's what I'm asking you to do. Here's what we're going to do. One last check. We're going to do this. For those of you who don't know, and maybe just watch Weather NorCal, watch Coffee with Krueger. That's fun and fine and dandy. But here's what I want you to do. Go to weathernorcal.com. There's your homepage. See there in the upper right. Or you can also go to see where it says forecast videos. There's the latest forecast right there. So watch that. That won't have the ag report running in the background. I can pretty much guarantee that. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. I know, chill. Okay. That is going to do it. And I'm out of here. I just got to go. Tell you what, we're not going to mess around with music and cameras and all that good stuff. We're just going to say goodbye because I just want to be done with this show. And we'll be back on Friday with a better show. I promise. We won't have NorCal Ag running in the background. Ugh, all right. Have yourselves a great Friday. I mean, no. It's Thursday. Have yourselves a great Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow on Friday, maybe. And we will wrap up the week. Until then, have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow morning. I'm just going to get out of here. See ya. Have a nice day.